This morning, I woke up at this lovely house with these lovely people in Las Cruces, and it feels like that was like a week ago.
And then the tire, because of the broken spokes, was entirely out of true to the point where it wouldn't even rotate because it was getting stuck on the forks, it was getting stuck on the brake pads.
So Garrett fixed his bike, which was mightily impressive, and I ate a bunch of food and drank a bunch of water so that I didn't get grumpy.
Out there, 90 degrees and in the wind, and with semi-trucks flying crazy by us, I basically had to tell myself to calm down and convince myself that I could do it.
Dude from Bike Shop gave us some really convoluted directions on how to get to his bike shop, and we thought, sure, yeah, we could totally maybe make that happen within the next 4 hours. No, not with Brittany on board.
Just limped our way another 30 to 40 miles.
I will officially say that I am not a big fan of riding a bicycle through El Paso at nighttime. 3 people yelled at me. They just weren't very nice people, and they yelled at me from their window really loud, and it frightened me.
Could be taken as a bunch of things gone wrong, but instead we kind of just made the best about it. We joked about it.
We are in Texas, and I am so tired.
Really great guy named Dan who works at a cycling shop.
This is one of the first full-blown bike shops we had here in El Paso to promote both mountain biking and road riding. Started off as a roadie here in El Paso, Texas, but really got into mountain biking and went through the race circuit out in Southern California and actually raced in Baja, Mexico, Tecate, Rosarito, Ensenada, Tijuana. After 9/11, it became harder and harder to get into Mexico, so started racing back on the U.S. side. After breaking about all my fingers and some bones, I decided to get out of that and get back into the industry versus just being a participant.
It's a good cassette. Sun race is good stuff.
Really, my experience as a kid working with my grandfather building bikes for kids that otherwise couldn't afford to buy their own new bikes helped me appreciate the cycling, not just the fitness behind it, the mechanics behind it, but the lifestyle. I was in outside sales for about 10 years in Southern California. I was putting about 40,000 miles a year on my truck, so I figured I poisoned the environment enough. Now it's time to make up for that by commuting. So any chance I get, I ride the bike, whether it's to go to the grocery store to pick up stuff for the family, running my errands, anything I can do on a bike, I'm going to do that. A few years ago, I did have a short bout with cancer. I had a malignant melanoma in my sinus cavity, and it required a couple of surgeries and some rehab. Even though I try and keep in shape and eat right, obviously there's some things that are inherent, that are genetic and you can't avoid, but the idea is to keep on trucking. Diabetes, for example, runs rampant in our community here in El Paso, being a border town. The idea is we can get more people on bikes. It's going to at least stave that off and help people develop a different lifestyle, and through cycling, that's one thing that I hope to promote a little bit more here in town. If we could eliminate a good amount of the old cars with old technology and replace them with bikes or anything that's human powered, get some cars off the road, get more bikes out there, get more bikes in the hands of kids. Find an opportunity to contribute your time, your energy, and some of your ideas to something better than yourself. Obviously, you guys are out riding to raise awareness for a cause that we appreciate here in El Paso in this community. It's something worldwide. Get out there and contribute some of this time. Don't stay on the sidelines. Don't just be a spectator. Be an active participant in what's going on around you and things that you believe in.
I just feel like maybe all I have to do is push play and hit record, and the camera's so simple and the audio's so simple. I kind of feel like I just point and shoot, and maybe something's actually happening here. Just ripped it wide open.
Changed ridiculous amount of tubes. I'd probably changed like 5 today.
They put it on professionally. They know what they're doing. It was like a gunshot went off. There's so much pressure in there, it just exploded. So.
Dan Rodriguez, who was just this awesome guy that I interviewed today, literally drove to us and brought me 4 tubes.
One of those flats was mine, and it was at a really busy intersection in the dark in El Paso, right next to a freeway. So we are having an awesome time today.
It's dark, and we're just trying to get, 10 more miles to this RV park.
A lot of mechanical problems. Not every possible. I don't want to say that because I don't want any more to happen.
And we're exhausted and hungry, and it's like 9 or 10 o'clock at night.
And we've made very little forward progress.
We hadn't planned on cycling in the dark on this trip, and really didn't want to because it's not as safe.
It's humbling, and well, no, it's just humbling. That's pretty much it. It just kind of sucks.
So we're in Texas, and within the first 36 hours of being here, we got 5 flats, 2 little mini wipeouts, 2 broken spokes, 1 rebuilt rear tire.
Big city in major conflict with what's going on in Juarez, and border patrol, and immigration, and drug violence down there, and it's a very real thing. I heard that there's 30 murders a day here, and that's just incredible and mind-boggling and sad. We're all set up and finally going to bed, and it's about 1 o'clock in the morning to get up and ride the next day.
And we woke up and I was really tired and thinking, there's no way this is gonna be a good day. We're headed to Fort Hancock, Texas, and just a whole lot of really small towns out kind of in the middle of nowhere. This is a town, but there's like maybe 5 people living here and 1 dog. The old grocery store is completely abandoned and desolate, but there's a sign that says you can buy soda from a guy in a trailer.
First half of the ride today was awesome. Second half of the ride sucked. I am trying to play the mind over matter game, but my mind is not winning.
But then I went and looked at the map, and it's insane how big this state is. We're like, it's almost like we're cycling a whole nother cycling trip just to get across the state.
I'm trying not to be grumpy or miserable to be around, but I probably am a little bit.
And I found it interesting that all this wildlife is sustaining itself on man-made water sources coming from a river that's just being raped and destroyed.
The last thing I want to do is ride my bike anymore today. And the second to last thing I want to do is take an ice bath. My legs have hurt for a month, and they are still hurting. And they are hurting exponentially more each day. I'm going to dump 24 pounds of ice into a bathtub and sit in it. Oh my God, what? But if it's going to help my legs that don't seem to be getting any happier, then it's worth a try. There's no more ice left, but don't let it fool you. So once you get kind of numb, it's not so bad. And I think after this, I should probably do a hot bath, huh? Isn't that like the therapeutic way to do it?
Really strong headwinds all day, and that can get kind of draining.
Live action news weather report from Sierra Blanca, Texas. A 98% chance of camping out in the public park underneath a lovely amphitheater while lightning and thunder and rain and wind.
Something that was really cool for me was meeting a man named Ward Anderson. I met him last night when he came in off the interstate. This man cycled across the country 5 times, and he's done doubles 3 times, meaning that he comes from New York to the West Coast and down to Florida. He just does it for himself.
Our tents might blow away, but hopefully not.
I think we're gonna enjoy a storm tonight and make some food and yeah.
So I think I'll go ahead and sign off now.